What's good, fam? 'Tis the season for a new class on jelly printing. In this video, we'll go over the basics, and for that, we will need a jelly plate. Mine is an 8x10, as well as a silicone mat to protect your work surface. Yes. And a scrap piece of paper. This you'll use to clean off your brayer as you're printing. And we'll also need our printing paper, of course, to pull our prints from our jelly plate. And yeah, that's the basics that we need. We'll also need some paint. Here I have chosen a light turquoise and a dark turquoise. And I have went with these two because I feel like they're similar enough to always look good together, but different enough that I'll be able to see contrast when I want to see contrast. Okay, so I'm going to grab my brayer, get it ready for our first print, which will just be a basic print of one color. I'm going to start up with my light turquoise, and we are going to put, I am going to put just the tiniest of a dollop of paint. We'll see how that works out later. And I am going to go ahead and roll it all the way out. Like really roll the heck out of this paint onto this jelly plate, making sure to hit all of the corners very graciously. But you'll probably notice, unlike I did while doing it, that I'm really overworking the paint. You can literally see through the paint, but for whatever reason, I'm still imagining that I'm gonna pull an opaque rectangle of paint from this jelly plate, but you'll see how wrong I really am. So I am laying down my printing paper and I'm just massaging the paper onto the plate. Make sure to use a little elbow grease with the heel of my palm as I go around, make sure I hit all the corners. And now I'm gonna pull it up and look at that. Look at that. Not only are there gaps in the print itself, but look at all that paint left behind on the jelly plate. Oh, just look at this. Look at this poor excuse for a print pull. But, we're going to try again. I'm going in again with this light skin turquoise. And again, just a tiny little dollop of paint. I guess I thought the beginning was just a fluke or that I let it dry too long. And I'm just rolling out this minuscule amount of paint yet again. And yet again, we see gaps of jelly plate between the paint. But I'm still thinking, we're pulling an opaque print this time because I went faster. I didn't let it dry as much. So, and here we go. Look at that. Maybe a teensy bit more on the print, but still just as much dry paint left behind on the plate. Now let's go in with this dark skin turquoise, and maybe I just think it's a light skin versus dark skin situation because I put the same exact amount of dark skin turquoise onto my plate. I am rolling it out, just kind of going. I'm really not overworking it as much as I did before. So as you can see less through this paint. So by now, there were 2 layers of the light skin, and now we've got 1 layer of the dark skin. So let's see if this one will work, And look at that. Look at that. Team Dark Skin coming through with the clutch. I am feeling rejuvenated, redeemed, colorful, and very accomplished because that is a good swatch of paint. Got a little bit of the corner action still stuck to the plate, but for the most part, like all 3 layers of paint that had built up on the plate have been picked up. So I really want to give Team Light Skin a chance to redeem itself, and we're gonna do a side-by-side color paint. So as you see on this left side, I have put the light turquoise, and I put the exact same amount as I did before for the full rollout of paint, but I used that amount for just half of the jelly plate. But look, I still overworked it a little bit. You can see some gaps there, but we're gonna pull the print anyway, and just massage it out with my hand, and it's a little better than the first 2 prints. Yes, look, that's a more opaque print pull there, I think, because I put a more generous amount of paint on that side of the Gelli Plate, so you can really kind of see that opaqueness that we wanted those first 2 pulls. Besides that little gap where I kind of overworked it a little bit, otherwise that's a very good print pull. And once again, I'm going in with the darker turquoise paint, rolling that out. And it is the same amount that I previously used for the full Gelli Plate, now only being used for half the Gelli Plate. So we're using just more paint. Now cleaning off the brayer, and we are going to make sure that I flip the paper so that it comes up on the other side, not on top of the light paint. And we're just gonna massage it out a little bit, you know, use the heel of my palm, and ooh, I don't see much paint left behind. And look at that. That is a beauteous Gelli print pull, because look at all that color payoff. It literally picked up all of the color pretty much that I put on of that dark turquoise color. Now, you know, we are really trying to give Team Light Skin a chance. Look at how much paint we put on there. We are rooting for it. Now I am shaking up the paint, so it's something I hadn't done the whole time. Maybe it'll make a difference, maybe it won't. But we are going to roll out the darker paint first because it's been better to us. So we believe that we can let it sit for, you know, just a few seconds longer. And now we're lastly rolling out the light turquoise paint because it is the one that has given us the most problems. It is the evil stepchild, not the regular stepchild, the evil one. Evil ones are always evil. And now we are going to massage that paint onto the paper, get all the corners, the crisp edges, and okay, light's gonna leave it a little bit more behind, but look at this color payoff. Look at that, light skin and dark skin just living together in harmony. Yes, harmony. Look at that, it's just looking, just color. We just love to see color, don't we? But now we're gonna try again to do a 2-sided print, and we're gonna use 2 different colors that have more of a contrast than I thought the turquoises were gonna have. This is a very much darker blue and a very light pale blue. We're going in for Team Light Skin first. It could all be redeemed right here and now. So first I will use the big one, then this little one I'm going to roll through the middle, the little brayer, so that I can blend the colors together. So now I'm rolling out the light blue color on its side of the Gelli Plate. I'm trying hard not to overwork it, so I'm just kind of getting a nice even swath of paint. I think swath is the word I mean to use. Now for the dark blue color, again, just going for a nice even layer. That's the word I really could use of the paint. And now for the little brayer to kind of blend the middle and watch. What? Look, did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Look at me almost ruin my life with a horizontal swipe. Did y'all see that? But I didn't. We backtracked, and now let's pull this print. Here we go, just massaging the paint into the paper, crisp edges, and peeling back our paper. Look at how not painted that plate is, because we have picked it all up, baby. Yes, we picked it all up, baby. Yeah, we got that paint, baby. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Team dark skin, Team light skin, coming through harmony. Hey, coming through that harmony. Yes, we did it. Oh, yes, we did. Hey, now to review our first light skin turquoise that really I disappointed myself. And the second one also disappointed myself. And my dog Peaches has now gotten up to bother me. Peaches, go lay down. But you know, those 2 prints that just, And then we came through with the dark skin turquoise, and that gave us what we wanted from a solid color print. Yes, just the color payoff is magnifique. that's not a word. Magnifique, I think that's a word. And now our first two-tone print where the light turquoise really kind of showing up for us the way we wanted it to show up. That little patchy thing wasn't the paint's fault. That was my fault. I kind of overworked that part of it. And then our second two-tone print, which was much better, much better all around. Look at how much of that light turquoise came through. And then this final piece de la resistance. We've got that nice, beautiful blend in the middle there with this little brayer that we used. And it just looks really good. I just really like all of these, to be honest. Yeah, these are all the prints. On our next episode, we'll go a little bit deeper into some techniques you can use in your jelly printing. But I hope you enjoyed this basic overview. And until next week when we jelly print again, I guess, well, bye. Just kidding, we are back, and right now I am about to show y'all how to clean up all of your jelly printing tools and TINGZ. Yes, because we don't want to go to bed messy. So I will show you how to clean off the jelly plate itself, as well as the silicone mat and these crusty, paint crusted brayers that we have used. And to clean it all up, you're not even going to believe it. All we need is one simple thing. Boom! Ta-da! 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 Yes, Lysol wipes. It's really as simple as that. Lysol wipes, baby wipes, cleaning wipes of any sort that you have laying around or that you can get at really any store. And we're just gonna wipe down this jelly plate, making sure to carefully get all those edges. That's where paint really likes to crust up. And for the brayers, you do the same thing, just putting a little bit more pressure where the paint is really caked on. The little brayer I didn't use as much, so that was much easier to clean. You see I'm wiping up the table and the silicone mat with this is still the first wipe that I use. Now I've got a second wipe because the paint is really caked on to this bigger brayer, because we use that a lot more than we use the little one or anything else. And you can even, to get more pressure behind it, more strength behind wiping it, I have just set it down and I'm holding it firmly down on the silicone mat to really rub at it, and I'm getting the edges, just kind of using my fingernail to go around the edges of the brayer with the Lysol wipe. And look at that, spickety span, squeakity clean, squeaker sound. Yes, and look at our crystal clear jelly the plate. Yes, look at that. You can just see right through it with all 20/20 of your visions. Yes. And of course that silicone mat is clean. Now I'm just gonna store away my jelly plate in its plastic container, because I just, want to keep it all pristine and not get it crusty and dry. And I'm cleaning off this little plastic film that goes over the jelly plate in the little plastic case. And look at that, everything's stored away. Everything is clean and ready for our next use. I can just set it aside and rest assured that when I'm next ready to jelly plate, I will be ready to immediately start jelly plating. Okay, bye.